I hated the silent treatment. You know why? I could do it to you, but you can't do it to me. And when I gave a woman the silent treatment, it wasn't because I was mad. A little bit. It wasn't because I was done. A little bit. It's because I was cheating. And when you give me the silent treatment, I'm thinking you cheating too, and it drove me nuts. Don't let them think that. Don't let them make you think that they're not driving by, they're not sneaking around. Oh, they driving by. They checking. And tell your family and friends don't talk to them because they're gonna sneak around and say, hey, oh, what's up with Cheryl? What's up with Lisa? Tell your family to stay away from them. I used to just act like with me, I was very arrogant, very cocky, right? Don't bother me. I don't care. You ain't got to call me. But I used to be at home shaking, because my anger was through the roof. And when she did to me what I was doing to her, I could not handle it. Could not. So I'm not saying do this to people intentionally. I'm just letting you know, when I used to get, one of the things I did bad, I did for long periods of time was the silent treatment. And for a long time, it didn't happen to me. But when it did happen to me, I'm getting in my car. I'm walking around. I'm doing something. I don't even want to be with my friends no more. I don't want to hang out. Yo, man, what's up? Let's go. Nope, nah, I'm good. Act like I was at home watching ESPN. I was thinking about trying to stoop and look in her window, going to her job. Yeah. So when you give them the silent treatment, the best thing you can do is not think about what they're doing, not worry about it. Stay right where you are, because trust and believe, whether you believe me or not, narcissistic people cannot handle the silent treatment, especially when it's coming from somebody that they've been abusing and using and putting down and giving her the silent treatment and tipping off over here and tipping off over there. First thing coming to mind is you doing what I was doing to you. You got to have somebody else, because that's what I was doing. So we project on, how we really feel, what we really think. But the silent treatment, don't let them tell you, oh, I ain't bothered. It don't bother me. I don't even think about you. You ain't got to call me. I got plenty of people to talk to. No.
Tell us what it feels like from the man's perspective when your woman is going silent on you. What does it feel like? What do you think in your head?
Something's wrong. Immediately, something is wrong, because when you think about, like you said, women, they want to hear you listen. They want to hear you talk. They want to be up under you, right? They want to be in your space. They want to be in your skin. They want to know what's going on with your day. Like they're going to annoy you in the best way. But when she goes silent, something's got to be off. Something's got to be wrong. And maybe this is my trauma speaking, but that's exactly, anytime silence happened in my relationships or in my house, something was wrong. And the goal is either you find out or it's going to expose itself. And typically, anytime it exposes itself, is never good.
I think I struggle with an anxious attachments. Yeah. And so for me, that silence, it's killing me. It's no, we need to talk about this now. Why are we getting silent? Let's get down to it, talk through it, because my biggest thing is I'm trying to get to the punishment as soon as possible so I can move past it. It can be over with. I hate being in the space where we got to sit there and you have nothing to say. What do you mean you have nothing to say? I know I just threw a lot out there. You got to have something to respond to. And I think for me, silence feels like punishment.
So guys, I remember some time back, I made a video about why it's important as a woman to learn how to control your emotions and don't crash out on men, because men feed off of your emotions. They want you to crash out. They want you to give them that reaction, because it means they still have power over you. They have total control over you and your emotions. A woman who can't be bothered is a man's biggest nightmare. I know some women think that when they communicate more, send the long paragraphs, explain to him how he's messing things up, then maybe he will change, he will become better. But it's actually the opposite. Men respond to silence. If you've communicated to that man time and time again and there is still no change, he is still on the same BS, it is time for you to bless him with the gift of silence. And that's exactly what we are going to be seeing in this video. We are going to be seeing men confessing how the silence of a woman breaks a man's soul. Let me not trouble too much in the beginning. Let's get right into it.
I'm going to try to simplify men as much as I possibly can for you guys. Take this as advice from the older brother that you never had. If he's consistently talking to you for a few days and then he pulls back out of nowhere, give him silence. Because he clearly doesn't care about how you feel. Your emotions don't matter to him. But what he does care about is his ego. And the way you strike a man's ego, take it from me, I'm a man. The way you strike and hit our ego is by giving us silence. When you give us silence, it forces us to think about why it is that you're going silent in the first place. But here's the key. You have to give a man permanent silence. If you give a man silence for 2 to 3 days and then you reach out, he's going to think you're a joke because you clearly can't go without talking to him for more than 2 to 3 days. If you're always the one who's initiating the conversations, the texting, the phone calls, the outings, the meetups, whatever the case may be, if you're always the one reaching out to make something happen, give him that silence. If you've established your boundaries clearly and thoroughly and he's still being insisting and showing you that he doesn't care nor respect your boundaries, give him that silence, because a man who doesn't respect your boundaries will never in a million years respect you. If he knowingly takes jabs at your insecurities, give him that silence. He clearly doesn't care about how you feel about your own insecurities, and there he is taking jabs, but he will care about the silence you give him once that silence hits his ego. And I'm telling you guys this because the vast majority of us as men have ego more than we have anything else. And when you hit a man with silence, it hurts the ego. It bruises the ego because it creates a chamber of echoes where he's forced inevitably to listen to his own self because there's no one there to respond. We're all grown folks. We know exactly what we're doing and we know why we're doing it. Over communicating and over explaining to a man doesn't do shit but let him know how much you care about him, and it shows him that you care more about him than you care about yourself.
This is what silence actually does to a man, where you can save yourself time and energy and not be crashing out trying to write these long paragraphs and do all this other stuff. And before you sit here and say, oh, he doesn't care, blah, 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 all this stuff, he's moved on. Yeah, he's moved on for now. Trust me, they come back. And if he doesn't come back, that's one that just really didn't care about you to begin with, so you shouldn't be chasing him anyways. That silence is hitting a little bit more harder because he realizes that he is no longer in control of what you actually have going on. One of the biggest things that he cannot control, and that is your emotions. He loves when you send those long text messages. He loves when you start crashing out, because that means he has a sense of control over you. He'll never know what he actually had or fumbled up until you walk away, give him silence, because now he can sit and think in his own thoughts. And he realizes, I had a good woman, but I wanted to continue to do things, and I took those things for actual granted.
Can only respond to silence and indifference. If you want to hold him accountable for how he's treating you, the only way to get his attention is by doing the silent treatment. And yes, I know that the silent treatment, it is very toxic, highly manipulative. People use this. Here's the thing. If you have already explained to him emotionally how you feel and they don't understand it, your second way of making him understand is by doing the silent treatment. Why? Because it's going to trigger rejection. And when a guy feels rejected, his natural instinct is to chase after the girl. If he really wants you, he's going to make things better. But you're probably wondering, what if I use silent treatment on this person and they just go away? So if the person goes away after you're using the silent treatment, remember, the silent treatment is not a forever thing. If he decides to move on, that means that this person literally doesn't give a shit. And there's nothing that you can do to make him understand how you're feeling. If someone decides to walk away after a situation like this, most probably they just simply don't care that much about you.
You know, I used to be that kind of girl who would over communicate. Like each time I felt like the person I was dealing with was slipping away, I would resort to calling them more. I would resort to, sending them paragraphs, explaining to them how I feel, asking them to open up about, any issues they could have going on, asking them to tell me where I can be better. Basically selling myself to this person. Like I was the type of girl that would fight till the end for a relationship. Like I wouldn't let go easily. But I realized that the more I kept on showing that energy, the more I kept on over explaining myself, sending paragraphs, it gave off the impression that I was here to stay. They weren't afraid of losing me because they thought I would never leave. They thought I will always be there. I made them feel so safe and they began to take me for granted. That is how men operate. Once you show them that you're the type of girl that won't let go, you're always the one calling first, you're always the one trying so hard to make things work, you're always the one planning dates and all that stuff. When you guys have an argument, you're the first to break the silence. You're the first to contact him. You are always the one that is sending long paragraphs, and that man doesn't even care. He'll reply 2 or 3 words, and you're always pouring out your heart to a man who literally is nonchalant. They love to say they are nonchalant, but trust me, they are only nonchalant because they know you love them way more. You are putting in effort way more than they do. When they get with a girl they are really into, they are going to be chalanting. They are going to be chalanting than never before. Trust me, these men know who to play with. They are going to be the golden retriever with a girl who has the black cat energy. And I don't know if you guys realize, but when you fall back and you stop giving them that much energy, now they want to communicate. Now they want to talk to you more. Now they know how to express themselves. They know how to talk about their feelings. All of a sudden, Mr. Nonchalant knows how to chalant. You know why? Because they notice that you now don't care. You're slipping away from them, and they hate that. They want the control. They want to feel like they have a hold on you. Ladies, if that man doesn't call, don't call. Like, I feel like you just have to match energy. If the man doesn't call, don't call. If the man doesn't text, don't text. If he breaks up with you and you feel like, oh my God, I need closure, like I badly want to talk to him, don't do it. Because if he wanted to talk to you, he would talk to you. Give him silence. That phone works both ways. He knows where to find you. You shouldn't be the one that is always trying to fix things. And even if he comes back, don't be so quick to talk to him. Don't be so quick to write him those paragraphs explaining how he made you feel. Trust me, that is going to repel him away. These men understand nothing but silence. They listen more when you go silent, when you're not fighting for him to understand you, when you're not sending him paragraphs, when you're just doing, you like literally just do you.
The women who leave in silence be crushing niggas' egos. Be crushing their egos. I'm never the one that leave in silence. I'll be done with you, and then you always will hit me back. But I crash out. But the way that some women be leaving in silence, them strong women, them the ones that you know, like he looking for her. He looking for her so hard. He done got with a new woman. And let's say the woman name was Delilah. He done named his damn daughter Delilah. The mama talking about, oh, Delilah, you just so cute. I just love you. Little does she know, he's in love with Delilah. And now you're in love with Delilah. And Delilah is somewhere living her life. And now he's still looking for Delilah. And don't let him run into Delilah. Because now he telling Delilah he done named his first daughter after her. Then when the mama find out, she just looking stupid, feels stupid, is stupid. Well, she ain't stupid, she know. But Delilah is the one. Be Delilah. I don't even know who that is, but be the one that leave in silence.
Here's what silence does to a man. When you're using silence with a man, he actually starts asking himself and doubting about what you really feel about him. So the first thing he starts thinking is she still really in love with me? Does she still really want me? And say, for example, you've been given for granted. So he thinks you're completely in love with him. He has control over you. Now you start using silence, right? So you stop texting the guy, you stop searching for him, you stop looking for him, you stop checking his stories on Instagram and all those things. And this actually starts to make him doubt about the feelings you might have towards him. So he starts thinking, does she really love me right now? Does she really feel the things I thought she was feeling for me?
You want to crash out before going no contact, don't you? Right? You want to send him one last text message, one last paragraph, just something to let him know how he really messed up. And girl, I get it. I've been there. I'm a girl too. Every cell in your body right now is probably screaming, just let me get this off my chest. I need to tell him. I need to let him know. Girl, that is not closure. That's emotional caffeine. Now listen, if you really can't sit with this, if you can't just sit on your hands, then send him a quick, direct message, something very calm, something that explains what he did to make you feel this way. And that's it. There's no essays, no sarcasm, just clarity. And then door closed. Because what you're really asking is, can I lose my dignity just a little bit before I have to walk it all the way back? And I say this with love, girl. No. Okay? Because that little crash out moment, believe it or not, that's what he's going to remember. Not the peaceful moments, not your grace, not your humor, okay? He's gonna remember the dramatic scene that you caused. So you wanna mess with his head? Just disappear. No encore, no warning, no grand finale, just go. Leave in silence, because that is not weakness. Believe it or not, that's how legends exit, quietly. While the fool is sitting there rehearsing his apology for the millionth time.
I think men may only respond to silence. What do you think? Like, you can talk, explain, cry, plead all day, and it still won't hit the same as when you just stop talking. Because silence says what words can't. It says, I'm done trying to make you understand. It says, you had access to me and you wasted it. And that quiet, that's when they start hearing everything you were saying before. That's when it finally clicks that you meant what you said. It's not about being colder or playing games. It's about protecting your peace. Sometimes your absence teaches more than your presence ever could. So no, you don't have to prove your point anymore. You don't have to over-explain how you feel. You just fall back, let your silence speak, and you let peace do the talking for you. Because when a woman stops explaining, that's when she's really done. And trust me, they always hear the silence louder than the words.
And also, ladies, don't be so quick to take them back. I know sometimes you still have a weak spot for this man and he comes back with all the sorries, I love you, I miss you, and all that stuff. But don't be so quick to fall for it. They rarely change. They rarely change. Ladies, I'll say that again. They rarely change. Sometimes when they come back, they are trying to test if you're really standing on business, if you really mean what you say. You have to show them that you actually mean your word. You're actually not playing. That is how they are going to respect you. When you go no contact, when you go silent on them, and they send you, these messages of I love you, I miss you, they are blowing up your phone, and you fold. You fold when he calls you the third time. You pick up that call because, oh my God, you just want to hear his voice. You want him to say the right words. It's been 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and you just miss him so much. That communicates that you're not serious with your boundaries. He only has to say the right thing, do the right thing, and you're going to fold. You must make that man work. You must make that man prove that he is actually worth you bringing him back into your life. You must make him work for it. You must make him show you that he's actually a better person. He has actually changed, not just the I miss you, I love you. No, all the things I've been complaining about, have you actually worked on those? Or do you just want me to take you back and 3 days down the road, you're back on the same BS? I feel like he should show you that he has really put in the work. He should show you that he's really worth you even giving him the time of that day. He is worth your time, He should work for it. That's the only way that man is going to respect you and take you serious. Don't be so quick to fold. When you go silent or when you go no contact with that man, don't do it with the intention of wanting him back, because then you're going to have all these expectations, and if it takes long to even notice that you went silent, you could even break it. Like, you could break your silence before he even notices. If you decide to go silent, do it for you. Do it because you deserve better. Do it because you've already given in all the energy you had to give in that relationship, and now it's time to invest that energy in you. Do it because you deserve better. Do it because that no matter how much you talk, it's not going to change anything. Do it for yourself. Don't do it because you want him to come back. Whether he comes back or not, you're still going to be okay. Whether he realizes that you went silent or not, your life is still going to move on fine. Whether he spins the block or not, you are still going to be unbothered.
I've come across this Sweet Girls kind of series about how she was talking to a guy or in a situationship with a guy, first problem there, for multiple months, and he switched up on her, and she's very upset about it, and she kind of like crashed out and sent him a million texts and whatever, and was like, she just like needed a lot of explanation of like what happened, did his feelings change, whatnot. And I'm not judging this girl because I'm pretty sure she's in her early 20s, and like we have all been there, and you have to learn from these types of situations, and sometimes you have to be insane. But this is such a good reminder that men do not respond to over communication, okay? They do not care about your crash out. They don't care about you calling them 100 times. They don't care about your paragraphs. They do not care about that. Men respond to silence. The only thing that could ever get a man to rethink a decision, kind of rethink his actions towards you or change anything about himself is you walking away and giving him silence. That is the only thing. And I know that's very annoying because it can seem like counterintuitive, right? If you have an issue, you should be able to communicate, which I agree with that too. But in dating, especially if you're not really in a relationship with somebody, like again, if you're in a situationship, over communication is never going to get a guy to give you the response that you want. It just isn't. And you're just going to make yourself, more upset and spiral more and more the more you reach out. So the best thing that you can do if you feel like you're kind of emotionally out of control is to pull away and pull back and say nothing, right? And if you're not somebody who feels like you can play the game, which you don't have to, you do not have to play the game, rethink it and don't make it about him, right? Like you're not ghosting him and being silent for a response from him. You are taking space for yourself so that you can kind of regroup and reboot and get yourself back on a path of like emotional stability and not being so upset about something. And then hopefully when he comes back, you can have a better conversation about it. Men respond to silence. They do not respond to over explanation and over communication. They don't care.
Drama gives him power. This takes it away. When a woman still argues, begs, or tries to explain herself, this makes a man feel important. Even anger gives him relevance. Drama still tells him he still has emotional control. But that silence tells him that he has no access. And men are wired to notice access more than words. When you remove yourself calmly, no speeches, no revenge, and no emotional breakdown, a man starts replaying everything. Not because he suddenly became emotional, but because he lost certainty. A man's ego is tied to knowing that he still has a place in your life. The moment that place disappears without chaos, it shakes us. Here's what women don't expect. Men expect reactions, explanations, and for you to fight to be understood. So when you don't, it creates a power shift. You didn't lose control, he did. Losing access without drama forces a man to face his own behaviors alone. There's no distractions, no arguments to win, and no emotions to manage. Just absence. And absence is loud. This isn't manipulation. This is discipline. This is self-respect. And it's why the woman who walks away quietly is the woman that a man never forgets.
You don't understand what silence does to a man, but let me tell you the psychology behind it. Silence takes away his certainty. Men rely on feedback, and your consistency gave him that. It was a steady flow of validation for him, but the silence strips away that mirror. And when he can't read you, he's forced to finally read himself. Silence magnifies presence. Neuroscience calls it the paradox of attention. The less stimulation the brain gets, the more it fixates on what's missing. So in your absence, he feels you more than he ever did in your presence. Because silence doesn't erase you, it just amplifies you. Your silence forces accountability. Words let him argue, and noise lets him distract. But silence leaves him alone with the truth of his actions. It's in that emptiness that regret takes root. And he starts replaying not what you said, but what he did. Silence becomes memory. Research shows that unfinished interactions stick in the mind longer. So your silence is the unfinished story that he can't close. And it's the echo that lingers when the room is empty. The reminder that she was here and now she's gone. And that's the weight of silence. It's not passive and it's not weakness. It's the quiet that makes him finally hear what your presence was worth.
Give him the gift of silence. Give him the gift of silence and he will remember you for the rest of his life. You will always be the unforgettable woman. See, so many of you are out here leaving men with monologues, pouring out your heart and your soul in these messages, sitting there scratching your head, trying to decide how you want to come across in the message, how big the message is, what kind of words to use. What are you trying to convey, baby girl? Because he already felt your desperate energy. He already knows you're desperate. You know why? Because messages and words carry energy. So he already felt your energy through the screen. So you lose. You lose. That's why, listen to me, zip it. Give him the gift of silence. Give it to him. He's going to remember you for the rest of his life. It's a great gift. Silence will make him question his own existence. Silence will make him question, did I even mean anything to her? See, you lose when you send that monologue. You lose when you reach out. You lose when you write that message, or you lose when you crash out. I know what you're thinking. While we're not perfect, we all have weak moments. Yeah, you do. But here's the thing. We have to learn, we have to grow, and we have to evolve. And baby girl, you are not evolving if you're stuck doing the same old thing, sending him the same paragraphs. You have been sending that man paragraphs from the moment he met you. The man is tired of those paragraphs. Give him the gift of silence. Deep down, he wants it. Give it to him. Give him the gift of silence. Go and do something that you've been putting off for a while. Go and stimulate your mind and leave that man alone. Stop texting. Stop voice noting. Stop sending these double-decker paragraphs. He felt your energy. It's desperate. It's screaming, I need validation. I want approval from you. My whole existence is only valid if you replied to me. Yeah, that's what he got from those messages. Baby girl, save those monologues for your job, your career, that next project that you're going to do, for your friends, for your family, for yourself. Open your journal and pour your heart out in that journal. And then close the book and go to sleep.
Let me break it down for you what silence does to a man. Number one, it makes him feel your absence strongly. See, let me tell you, men may not always say it, but they notice quickly when your voice, your good morning text, your laughter, or even those little complaints go missing. Silence makes him realize just how much value, how much space you actually feel in his life. 2. Emotional restlessness. A man that is in love with you will find your silence unsettling. It will make him replay moments in his mind, asking himself, did I hurt her? Is she slipping away? What can I do to fix this? Number 3, it awakens his mind to pursue you. Silence can stir men's natural instinct to chase. The lack of communication and attention becomes louder, and he will feel automatically drawn to close the gap. Remember, a woman's silence is never empty, and silence is a woman's superpower.
You know what really does scare the shit out of men? It is not you being mean to them. It is you not letting them have access to you any longer. Like, stop reading these books that are telling you, oh yeah, like the nice girls literally don't get shit. Like, you gotta be mean to him, whatever. No. You gotta stop responding to him. Don't call him a little bitch. Make him feel like a little bitch. That is the different, ladies, because I'm telling you, you can tell a guy that and show him that he cares by you telling him that he's a little bitch. Or your silence will speak so heavy on how you feel about him that he will question every little thing that he's ever done to you and the last text that he sent you because you never responded to it. You want to pick out a man's ego? You want that man to feel smaller than your pinky? Stop responding. Like, some people aren't even attractive. It's just their presence that scares the fuck out of them. You don't even have to think that you're attractive or that you're above this person. you need to act like it. You need to start acting like you are. You need to act like he does not deserve you anymore. And that's when he will not deserve you anymore. I promise you, answering him is doing nothing but letting him know that he still has access to you. Block the motherfucker.
This is what happens when you leave a man with no explanation. When you leave silently with no explanation, you become the perfect blank slate for them to project onto you what they think your revenge is going to be. So all of that ruminating and that overthinking, possibly limerence, that you have gone through within that relationship with that narcissist, possibly DL man that you had that relationship with, all of that gets thrown back tenfold because he's wondering and he's becoming paranoid and ruminating about what you're going to do to get back at him. That is truly letting someone ruin themselves. Rotten fruit falls on its own. So let it fall on its own. That's the revenge. They will ruin themselves because you have finally left them with all of the guilt and all of the shame that they were putting on you, that you were carrying around, their emotional baggage for them. I mean, it's the perfect revenge. So when they call and they text you and you're thinking if you should answer, the answer is no. It's not even looking at the text. It's not, if you have your read receipts on, it's not even looking at it. It's not like getting on social media and trying to be like, hey, look at me, here's where I am now, and like trying to get back at them. That is not what you do. Confirmation, horn. I'm telling you, I promise you, it is to leave with nothing and to level up on your own terms. The revenge is in leaving silently with no explanation. And even though if you may not see that crash out, I'm telling you, they're paranoid as hell because they're wondering what your revenge is going to be.
Why leaving in silence will make it harder for him to forget you. If you're in a situation where things aren't going the way you'd hoped and you've already expressed a desire for change to no avail and he is still being inconsiderate, indecisive, and disrespectful, and it is perfectly okay to leave without any explanation. Yes, it seems harsh, but you've already expressed yourself and he's not changing. When you leave without giving an explanation, you've now become a mystery and he's left with all these unanswered questions. Think about it. Now he's wondering what happened, why you disappeared, what went wrong, what did he do wrong? He's filling in all the gaps himself because you have gone completely radio silent. By leaving in silence, you become a puzzle that he can't solve because before you were predictable, you were convenient. By giving him all the energy that he was not reciprocating, he had an easy read on you. Now that you've up and left, he's completely thrown off. And because he wasn't the one who ended things, it can feel like he's the one who's lost because he didn't choose this. He's not the one who walked away. You did. And on an ego level, for men, that hurts on a whole nother level. So yeah, walking away without saying a word can seem really cold, but sometimes silence really speaks the loudest. And trust me, it'll be harder for him to forget about you anytime soon. Disclaimer, do not leave with the sole reason of trying to make him not forget about you. You want to leave because it's best for you and you want to move on with your life, not thinking about him anymore. But one of the 48 laws of power is always say less than necessary. Silence truly is a superpower because we as humans, we can't take silence. We have to fill it. And if you're gone, he will use energy trying to figure out what went wrong, why you've disappeared. It's true.
One thing men don't realize is that by the time they want to act right, by the time they now finally want to, do right by you, you don't even want it anymore. Like, have you ever been with a guy and he puts you through so much? Like, this man does you all sorts of dirty and you finally can't take it anymore. You're like, you know what, I'm done. And at first he may think you're joking. He may think you're always going to come back because you always leave and then you come back. Of course he knows even this time you're going to come back, but you show him that you're actually for real this time. You are done. Like, I am done. I'm not coming back. I am really moving on. I am really tired of you. And now that's when he wants to act right. All of a sudden, when he realizes that, oh, she's actually done, now he wants to become better. Now he wants to act right. He's doing all the things you used to ask him to do. But the thing is, I just don't want it anymore. You get to a point where you actually don't want that person, like you resent them. You wanted it when you wanted it, but now you don't want it, at least not from him. I, for one, have been there. There was an ex of mine I dealt with and I never saw that day. I could never see myself not loving this man. I could never see myself not, being with this man. It didn't matter what he did to me. It didn't matter if I caught him red-handed cheating with another girl. Baby, I'm still going to go back to that man. I believed he was my twin flame. As women, I'm even embarrassed to say this. I used to watch those tarot readers, and I believe most women do this. Like, you watch the tarot reader, and for some reason you feel like this is actually your situation. You believe that this person is your twin flame, just like the tarot reader said, I had that thing in me. I believe that this person was my twin flame, and when you listen to the description of twin flames, it said that, you are going to go through a lot of ups and downs. Your twin flame is going to trigger you. He's going to hurt you so much, but at the end of that day, no one can understand you like him. No one can love you like him. Like, he is the one your heart beats for. And let me tell you, that stuff is going to keep you in situations that you should have left yesterday. That stuff is going to keep you with people you have no business being with. Because I remember each time I wanted to break up with this guy, I would always tell myself, but he's my twin flame. Like, that is how twin flame journeys are. Like, you go through all these things and they hurt so bad, but at the end of the day, that's the love of your life. That's your twin. And let me tell you, ladies, that stuff is BS. And if you're a young girl and you're watching this video and you also believe in those things, let me tell you right now, they ain't worth it. I believe in spirituality and all that stuff, but if someone keeps on hurting you, if someone keeps on, playing with you, if someone keeps on, doing all these weird things to you, and you stay just because you think they are your twin flame, just because you think they are your soulmates, you're doing yourself a very big disservice. You're wasting your youthful years. You're wasting your time on a man you have no business dealing with. Let that man go already. You will meet other twin flames. You will meet other soulmates. Yes, I have said it. I know they say, no, it's only one twin flame. Trust me, you will meet other people who will probably even treat you better. That stuff is not worth it. If a man is not treating you right, let that man them go. I feel like this has turned into a pep talk, but I don't know. I think I just got emotional because I don't know. But anyways, guys, tell me what you think about this topic in the comment section below. And yeah, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell so you get notified each and every time I drop a video. Till next time, I remain Lisa. Peace and love. I love you all. Bye.